Welcome back, Panda Cubs. We're going to go into Atlas Racer and the Super Brent Booster event. Some pros and cons that we have come across, but more than anything, let's see what you guys feel about it. So first things first, Atlas Racer finally came out 2 weeks ago. I noticed a couple things that I did enjoy. One, it is a simple game and it's quick for you to learn. There's no way for anybody to really have super experience on it. It's just, kind of the luck of the draw. Two, the leaderboard system was updated the second time around. So originally it was the top 3,000 players that won from the pool and the top 50 players in the state. Second go around, they actually updated to where it's the top 5,000 players nationally that get to win, and still 50 in the state. But that's awesome because you can be ranked high nationally and be top ranked in the state and win both pool prizes for both of those feeds. You can be ranked top in the national and in the state and win double the pool for different amounts, which is awesome because you can win a lot from that. The third thing is the pool prize seems to go up pretty quick. It's not like a gradual thing. I thought it might be just a few thousand. It was more like a few tens of thousands. So if you're the top player, obviously you're going to get a lot out of it. Invest as many Atlas bucks as you want. I know if I won, I think it was like 1,600 or 16,000 Atlas bucks for the top player, I would buy the next tier over and be happy with that. It seems like one event gives you the opportunity to win a lot. So those are some of the pros. But there seems to be more cons with it that people have come across. So one thing first, when you launch in the game, it kind of lags. You of course have to be between 3 and 4 RPMs before you can shift or launch at a good speed. But what happens is when you let go, when the game starts, it kind of shifts down and then you start slow, and it sucks because the other individual, even if they don't have a super good launch either, they can be ahead of you, and then there's no way of catching up because everyone maxes out at 158 miles an hour, which is unfortunate. If you can shift just quite faster than the other person, you might just catch up to them, but once you're behind, there's no way of winning. It's just kind of predetermined. Whoever gets a launch wins the race, unless, which is another con, is you get disconnected. If the opponent gets disconnected, they're going to stay at the speed that they're at, and you eventually pass them, which is unfortunate for the person who gets disconnected because they lose out their 2 Atlas bucks, and the other person, gets the one win. That's one of the things that they're trying to work on, I've heard, and hopefully they do, because it's unfortunate for some racers. Because I come across, I think, a couple games where the people just get disconnected because they're going super slow. I pass them, and then it's not even a close game. It doesn't feel fair. I mean, it's easy win for me, but I don't like that. I want competition. I want it to be fair as possible. The other thing is, it seems like the biggest complaint, at least for myself, is that the time for the event is at an inconvenient time because it's in the middle of the week, which is understandable, but it seems to be after 5 o'clock. I know that a lot of people are out of school, out of work at that time, but there's people like myself where I work second shift. I'm actually at work by that time. There's no way for me to really race. The first event, I tried my best on my breaks to win. I got up to 12 wins with what I had, and it was what it was, and it's okay. But it made me a little frustrated because it's like I'm a huge advocate. I love Atlas Earth. I believe in it, but it seems unfair because there's a lot of people who don't have the time. They might have to sleep in early just to go to work, and that gives hours for people who have time to spare, and it's unfortunate. I think the event should be held on the weekend at some time. It gives everyone all the opportunity. It's not just for those in the middle of the week. Like for myself, I'm just not going to be able to. I know that I can be on that leaderboard if I had the time. I won 12 races. It may not seem like a lot, but in my state, I was almost on the leaderboard, and that's more than an achievement for myself. But those are all the things I wanted to go over on Atlas Racer. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. It can be positive, negative. I want to hear your feedback and what you thought of it. But the biggest thing that we've actually wanted to talk about is the Super Brent Booster event. Why am I talking about it? For the past 3 weeks, we had one every single week. That means that they're getting sponsorship, they're getting noticed. Atlas Earth is getting bigger, and that means that we might get more of these events. What does that mean in particular is we're at 150 parcels where we're at the peak of a 30 times booster. But if we get one more over that, of course, it drops down to 20, which is unfortunate. So a lot of us are just kind of holding and hoarding onto our Atlas bucks for dear life. And, it's unfortunate we have to wait until we can max out towards the next tier so we don't really lose out on anything. But if there's another rent booster event coming this week, that means you might want to actually just say, screw it, and I'm just going to start buying parcels. Because if it's a weekly thing, you might as well take the risk. It's not even for 24 hours, it's for 30 hours. So it's over a day worth of 50 times. Think about that. You'll be making more money. Yeah, you might not get a whole lot during the week, but during that time for the 50 times, you're making a lot of money. But maybe that's just for myself and I might go for it. But I want to also hear what you guys think about that. If there's another rent booster event, would be amazing, would you be willing, or would you hold on and wait until you can max out to the next tier? But for Atlas Earth news regarding that, I think that's about it. I haven't heard much else. They're trying to fix the glitches in Atlas Racer, so hopefully they can get that taken care of. But for the time being, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.